Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Clay Loves Logic, where on this channel I solve logic-based Sudoku puzzles I find interesting. Today I'm going to be looking at the puzzle The Swarm by Gerhard1963. I believe I featured at least one Gerhard puzzle before. I've solved a number. Always a lot of fun. I read through the rules of this briefly. It looks very fun. And with that in mind, let's turn our attention to The Swarm by Gerhard1963. As always, I'll put the link to this puzzle in the description of the video so you can try it out if you'd like. So normal Sudoku rules apply. So we have to have the digits 1 to 9 in every 3 by 3 box, in every row, and in every column. Now, we also have zipper lines. Now, the way a zipper line works is this digit here. So digits equidistant from the center of a zipper line sum to the digit in the center of the zipper line. So if this dot here was a 9, for example, these two digits could be 5 and 4 for example. That would fulfill that need. We also have cages. So digits in cages cannot repeat and must sum to the value shown in the upper left corner of the cage, i.e. these three cells sum to 15, these sum to 14, these sum to 15, so on and so forth. And then we also have diagonals. So digits along a marked diagonal cannot repeat, of which there is one in this puzzle. This diagonal here will be a complete set of the digits 1 to 9. And those are all of the rules. So this is going to be really interesting because, a 15, a 14, a 15, a 14, there's a decent amount of pressure in that whatever this digit is, these two digits sum to the same, right? So for example, could this ever be a 9? Well, if this is a 9, these two digits sum to 9, and then this digit has to be a 5. Well, once this digit's a 5, the puzzle's broken, isn't it? Because these two digits sum to 5, and you have to put a 10 here, which you can't do. So it can't be a 9. What if it was an 8? Then these two digits sum to 6. Fine. These two digits sum to 8, which is fine. So this is 6. And then these two digits sum to 6, so this is 9. And then we have the same problem we had where we had 9 on this 14 cage. 9 won't go here, right? If you put a 9 here, these two digits have to sum to 9, which means this has to be 5, and we run into the same problem we had with needing to put a 10 in this. So that doesn't work. 7 doesn't work for a more interesting reason, right? If you put 7 here, these two digits sum to 7, but the cage has a total of 14. You'd require a second 7. And remember, we cannot repeat digits. So 6, two digits sum to 6, 8. Two digits sum to 8, 7, right? 8 plus 7 is 15. And then we run into the same problem, where we can't have a 7 going into a 14 cage. It would require repeat 7s. So none of that works. These two digits, does this work? A 5. Two digits in here gives us a 9. Two digits in here that sum to 9 gives us a 6. A 6. Two digits sum to 6. An 8. Two digits sum to 8. A 7. And then again, immediately we know that that's correct because a 4 would never work here. If we put a 4 here, these two digits sum to 4 and we need a 10. So none of that works. So this is the only option with which you can set this up, interestingly enough. So let's look at this cage now, because actually there's a decent amount of pressure on this, isn't there? In that, remember, 16 and 3 is not terribly hard, but it becomes hard once two of the digits have to sum to a number that is as high as 9, right? Because all of a sudden, if these two digits, say if this is a 9, and these two digits then sum to 9, well, the biggest digit you can put here is 7. Well, sorry, the only digit you can put here is 7. And that's a problem because we have a 9 here. These two digits would have to be 1 to fulfill this cage. And remember, we can't put an 8 here, because if we put an 8 here, these two sum to 8, and we need an 8 here, which doesn't work. So in fact, this is a 7, this is a 9, and this is a 4, isn't it? Because in order to get to 11, we need just 1 3. We need the value of 4. 7 plus 4 is 11, so we have a 4 here. Now, how do we get to 16 when these two digits sum to 7? Well, we can't use 1 6 and we can't use 3 4, so we could only use 2 5. And that gives us 1 2 3 4 5, a 6 8 pair. Yeah. Okay. And now well, interestingly enough, let's turn our attention to this section of the Sudoku box 7. This digit has to be pretty big. It has to be bigger than 7, first of all. And it can't be 9. So this is only an 8. And that forces a 1 here, which resolves this 3-1. And now don't we have the same problem here with this 17 cage, right? Because if we think about it, this 17 cage, we kind of have the same problem, right? If this is a 9, these two digits sum to 9, and it forces an 8 here. And that's actually exactly the way this works, because this can't be an 8 because of this 8 here, right? You could put 8 here, 9, and these two digits sum to 8, but again, it can't happen. So this is a 9, in fact, and this is an 8. These two digits sum to 9. And now let's think about this 16 cage for a second, right? Because 16 less 9 is 7. These two digits sum to 7. Okay, so now what? This diagonal is a unique set of digits that are now just of the digits 2, 3, and 4. This one here is not a 4 because of this 4. So 2, 3, and 4. The biggest this could be is 6. Sorry, the biggest it could be is 7. The smallest it could be is 6. The smallest it could be is 5, sorry. Yeah, 5, 6, or 7. Oh, it can't be 5. There's a 5 in the box already, in box 3. So this now, if these sum to 6, this becomes 7. If these sum to 7, this becomes 6. And we have a 7 in this column already. So this is in fact a 6. This is in fact a 7. These digits are now a 3, 4 pair. Okay. And because these are a 3, 4 pair, this is now a 2. Remember, this is a unique set of the digits 1 to 9. So this 3, 4 pair effectively says this has to be a 2. It does exactly that. All right, so we have two digits that have to sum to 5 here. And this one cannot be a 3 or a 4. So this is a 1 or a 2. This is a 3 or a 4. Okay, well, how do you make 6? Is this where we should be looking yet? Possibly, possibly, maybe not. You know, maybe not. Thinking about nines for a second, where you could put nines in the grid, right? I mean, nines relatively restricted actually already, you know. Um, is that really telling us anything yet? No, not really. I mean, possibly, but I don't want to pencil mark all these different places it could be 9 just yet. So let's think about something else for now. Well, okay, so 1, for example, 1 has to be in one of 3 spots in box 8, but it can't be here because it would force a 7 here, and there's already a 7 in that column. So we will have a 1 in 2 spaces. Um, okay. So let's think. Let us use our brains for a minute to think about where we go next. Ah, there's an 8 here that sees this 6, 8 pair. We get a 6, we get an 8. I don't know if that actually clears anything up yet, but well, maybe. We know that this 8, we know that this digit here is not a 1. And now it's not 6 or 7. So 2, 3, 4, or 5. What does that mean? 3 is 5. Can't be 4 actually, because we'd have double 4s. Um, oh, actually, that's okay on this puzzle though. That's okay in zipper lines. That always confuses me. I always think they have to be unique. They don't. Double 4 is fine. And then 3 would go with 5. 2 would go with 6. So 2, 3, 4, 5, or 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that worth pencil marking? I don't think so, but I'll keep it in for now. Okay, so let's think about this one for a second because what digits do we even have left? Well, we need to place a 1 somewhere in this box. And we don't place it there, nor do we place it there. So we have two positions with which we could place a 1. And I don't know anything about twos yet, other than, I mean, there is a world where this could be a 2 with double ones, but I mean, no, that wouldn't work because we have a 1, 2 here. It has to be one of those two digits. So if this was a 1 and a 2, there'd be nothing to go here. So this digit, it's not a 1, it's not a 2, it's not a 3, it's not a 4, it's not a 5, it's not a 6, it's not a 7. Oh, this is a 9 out of nowhere. Look at that. Oh, and then it gives us a 1. This is beautiful because if this is a 1, this is an 8, and it can't be. Oh, lovely. So this is a 1. And now these two digits, well, oh my God, this is beautiful. Look, where do you put 7 now? Oh, never mind. Seven's already in here. Sorry. What do we need then? 2 and 8? Yes, we need 2 and 8. This is a 2-8 pair. And it doesn't resolve yet, but let's think. Now, if this has to sum to 9, and 9 plus 8 is, or sorry, 8 plus 1 is 9, or 2 plus 7 is 9. So one of those options is correct. Okay. What about 7 now? Is that worth thinking about? Maybe not. What about if we think about this same exercise with this one? That was helpful up here. Let's think about it down here. So again, it's not a 1 or a 2. It's not a 3, and it's not a 3 because you couldn't put 1 or 2 here. If it's a 4, it actually doesn't have a 1 on it because there's a 1 here and here. We already know the one's up there. So it can't be a 4. So all of a sudden, the smallest this can be is 5. And if it's 5, it's only 5 if it's 2 and 3. And that forces a 4 here, which works. Okay. If it's 6, which it could be, well, actually, it can't be 6, can it? Because for it to be 6, our options are 1, 5, doesn't work because there's already two ones. Or 2, 4, which doesn't work because there's a 2 and a 4 down here. So this actually can't be 6. So it could be 7. If it's 7, 1, 6 doesn't work. 2, 5 works like this. Or 3, 4 works like this. 3 down here, 4 here. That works. Now, an 8 doesn't work. So 9 is the only other option. And how do we get to 9? Well, we can't use 1, 8. We could use 2, 7 in that configuration. We could use 3, 6 in this configuration. And we already have the options with which we could have 4 and 5. So it wasn't tremendously helpful, but it did narrow it down a bit. Did narrow it down a little bit. So I'll take that. I'll take that for now. And we do know somewhere down here, along here, is a 7. We just don't know where. But it is in this section of this box. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to claim, well, I actually don't know what the next thing I'm going to claim is. Let's continue looking around the puzzle and seeing if we're inspired by anything anywhere. 1, 2, 8. What do we need in this column? We need a 7 somewhere here. One of these two will be a 7. Never mind. Not interesting. This 6 pair, right? These two digits have to sum to 6. How can you do that? Well, 1 and 5 or 2 and 4. Now let's think about 9, for example, because if this is, say, 1, 5, what goes here? Well, not 1, 8, maybe 2, 7, not 3, 6, not 4, 5. So it's in fact it's just 2, 7. Okay. What about if this is 2, 4? Does that take too many options of digits away? 1, 8 doesn't work. 2, 6 doesn't work. Or sorry, 1, 8, 3, 6, 2, 7, 4, 4, 5. There's no way to get to that then, isn't there? Yeah, oh yeah, because look, because we use all the odd digits or all the even digits. Yeah, 1, 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, 4, 5 doesn't work. This can't be 2, 4. In fact, it is 1, 5. And because this is 1, 5, there's only one option left. And what was it? 2, 7, I believe, right? Because 1, 8 doesn't work, 2, 7 would work, but 3, 6, and 4, 5 don't work. So okay, so this is okay. Well, that's interesting. So what are these two cells now? One, two, so a 3 and a 4 out of nowhere. Huh. Okay. And now we have a 3, 4 pair in this column. Well, that's interesting. What are the implications of that? Maybe we should consider how that works up here now. Maybe that's worth it. Because, well, I mean, the one thing I can tell you is this isn't 1, 8 because there's an 8 there. And it's also not 2, 7 because there's a 7 here. So our options are 3, 6, of which it would have to go 3, 6, or 4, 5, which works in any set or any context, any order is what I mean to say. And then the seven. Well, look, what do we do if this is 4, 5? I just want to take this away for a second. If this is 4, 5, how do we make 7? 1, 6. Ah, okay, look, 1, 6 will not work because, um, oh, sorry, yeah, 1, 6 will work just like that. That's the only way it'll work. So 1, 6 would work. 2, 5 does not work because of the 5 here. And 3, 4 doesn't work. So if this is 4, 5, this is only 1, 6 and only in that setting. So what was the other way we said we could do that? 3, 6, right? And that was 3, 6, exactly like that. So now how do we get to 7? Well, we don't use 1, 6. We don't use 3, 4. We can only use 2, 5 and only like this. Damn, okay. Well, then what digits are left then? We need to place a 1 and a 4, which we could do, couldn't we? 1, 1. 1 would have to go there and 4 would have to go there. So that works. Let's go back and just think about what the other digits are if this is 1, 6, and 4, 5. So we need to place a 2 and a 3, and we can do that. Yeah, there's no issues. Okay, shoot. I was hoping that that would work. But it does not. Well, I'm gonna pause this. Let her get this freak out. Okay, we're back. Let my dog get that out of her system, and I want to get some more progress on this puzzle. Now, what can we contemplate? Well, an 8. Let's think about that. An 8 goes in one of two places. Certainly that's true. One of three places, which is also true. One of three places and one of two places. Is any of that helpful? Not yet. All right, sure, I accept. Now, the 1. 1 goes in one of a few different places, doesn't it? Somewhere over here. Hmm. I suppose we can make this a complete, well, whatever. Let's not do that yet. Let's keep thinking. Now, six. Six in one of two spots. Certainly true. 172. 1728. That's a complete set. Okay. What am I missing, guys? There's something silly I'm missing, I'm sure. I dislike when this happens. I feel very silly. Because once I find the thing, it's almost always so simple. Um, well, hmm. I don't want to get stuck. Seven. Not one. It's two. Whoops. It's two, it's three, it's four, six. It's one, it's three, it's four, it's five. That's true. And then this is less interesting. This is not one. It's not two because two would require that to be seven. It's not two. Could be three. Require this to be six. Could be four with a five. Could be five with a four. Could be not six with a three. Could be not seven without a two. Yeah, that's it. One, two, three, four. Okay, and then this is everything else. It's not very helpful. This is also two, three, four, six, isn't it? One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, so this is also two, three, four, six. Oh man. We gotta place some middly digits here, don't we? We do. But which ones and where? Why am I getting so stuck? I felt like we are making such good progress at the start of this puzzle. I really dislike once this happens. Well, is there something to do with, look, this digit here is either one or five. This digit here is either one or five. This digit will see this one. This digit will see this one. What does that tell us? If this is five, this is not five. So this is not three. Doesn't really tell us anything, does it? I don't think it really tells us anything, to be honest with you. Well, now it is true that neither of these digits can be 1. Okay, so there's something. 1 is in one of two positions here, which means it's in one of two positions here. Um, sorry, like that and like that. I hope I'm doing that right. I'm still, like I said, I've said this in a couple of my videos, but people always comment that my pencil marking is horrible. And that's fair. When I started solving Sudokus, I've said this before, when I started solving Sudokus, I solved them exclusively on my phone. And so it never really made sense to use the corner digits and the central pencil marks because it was just a tiny little phone screen. But now that I'm solving on my computer, I'm trying to get better at putting these in the right spot. Please let me know if I'm doing that correctly. Um, okay, one thing. Look at that. 9 is in one of two spots. Does that tell us anything? Well, we know here, not really. I mean, 9 is in one of three spots. Ah, look at that. Finally, finally, finally. We just had to think about nines. Um, we just had to think about nines. So my thought, and we look at this cage here. Ah, damn it. This could be a 9. Okay, sorry. Let's keep thinking for a second. We're close with the nines. A 9 in one of two positions. Now, in here, a 9 can only be in one of two spots. It can be here or here. Ah, damn. I really thought that was almost useful. So close. It was so close to being useful. I was so excited. Thought I finally figured something out. Excuse me. I did not, unfortunately. Now this digit, 2. This is only 3, 4, or 5. Ooh, and 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2, 5. We almost have something. Sorry for the radio silence, everybody. Ah, yes, beautiful. Look, where do you put 2? Where do you put 2 in box 1? Where do you put 2 in box 1? You put it in precisely one of two spots. You put it in precisely in one of two spots. And because it has to go here or here, it doesn't go here. This is an 8. And this is a 2. Now we're going to go slow here because there's a lot of moving pieces now. This is now a 7, which sees this 2 and this 7. This 2 sees this 1. This 1 adds up to 4. That clears this 3, 4. That's a 3. That's a 4. This is now not a 3. So this is not a 4. Okay, there's a lot of stuff that just happened, so I really want to go slow here. Um, we now don't have 2s down here. And we also don't have one, so that resolves with a 7 and an 8. That resolves. Oops. Uh-oh. Whoops. Oh, right. Sorry. The hard pencil marks were saying that there was an 8 somewhere in one of these three spots. Right. Okay, good. Clean that up. Okay. Now, 4's removed from this as an option. And once you take 4, I'm going to clean this up. 1 second. So 4 comes out of here, which means 3 comes out of here. So 1, 6 is still viable. 3, 4 is still viable. 2, 5 is still viable. Okay, great. I'm just trying to think about what else we actually got out of that. Well, the next thing we got out of that is this is a 1. Because remember, 1 had to be either here or here. We have a 1 there now. So this is a 1, which means this is a 5, and this is a 1. This is now no longer a 5. So this is only 2 or 3. So this can't be 6 anymore, right? It's either 4, 3, or it's 5, 2. This is no longer a 5. Yeah. This one. This is now a 1. So we have to place a 1 in one of two spots there. Um, Nines, eights. This is not a 7 anymore. This is from 2, 3, 4, or 5. This is now an 8 because of this double 8 already existing. All right. So nines. Is it true now? It is. One of these is 9s. This is not 9. One of these two is 9. One of these two is 9. Beautiful. Let's clean up some digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, close to cleaning up the ones, but not quite. Almost done ones. Um, Not quite almost done twos. Very few twos in the grid, actually. What was the implication? One of these has to be 2, which means one of these has to be 2. We don't know further than that yet. Let's try 3s. Somehow in this puzzle, we've only placed 2 3s. That is simply not going to yield much fruit. This is not a 4 anymore. So 4 is in one of two spots. Fine. Is that all we know about 4s? Wow, we do not know much about 4s. What about 5s? Yeah, I guess the middly digits, really, we were struggling, weren't we, to place them? Yeah, so let's turn our attention to, yeah, we have lots of 7s, 8s, and 9s, so maybe let's focus there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we have 7. We really should be able to do it. And in fact, we can, can't we? Because this has to then be a 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our last 7, therefore, has to be here. This is a 7. As soon as this is a 7, this could never be a 6 anymore, can it? Because this can't be a 1. So this is a 2, pairs with a 5, gives us a 3, gives us a 5. This is now a 4. It's the only option left. 3, 4. So this is a 5. This is a 2. This is a 5. And that is really going to move this puzzle along. This is no longer a 5. So this is no longer a 2. This is no longer a 5. So this is no longer a 4. And in fact, this now has to be a 5 because it's the only spot we can place a 5. 5, 4, 1, 6. The 1, 4 sees 3, sees 4. Um, so this is just two or three. So this is, well, this is just two or three, but it sees that three. So this is a, or that two, sorry. So that's a three, that's a two. Three in the corner. We get a 9-8 pair, which now we can resolve because of this 8, 9-8. Which lets us resolve this, doesn't it? This could only be an 8 or an, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Well, actually, yeah, look, where do you put an 8? You only can put an 8 here. So what is this pair now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 6-9 pair, which cannot be a 6. So we get a 9, we get a 6, we get a 9. We get to clear that out. This is therefore a 3. It's the only option left. This is a 4 because of that 4. Then this is a 6. So this is a 6, which makes this a 9. Which makes this a 9, doesn't it? And it makes this a 6. Those are gone and out. This 8 sees this, that's then an 8. This is then a 2, this is a 1. Whoops, wanted to clear those. And I want to clear that. 1, 2, so we need 3 somewhere. Uh-oh. Oh, double eights, how did that happen? One sec. Okay. Sorry, 1 second here. Neither of these are. Oh, we have a double 8. Oh, whoops, we really got ahead of ourselves somehow. 1 sec, we got to back this up. Went too fast with these pencil marks, sorry. All of a sudden we had 2 8s here. I'm just going to clear these away at this point. They're just not relevant. We don't have many digits left, and we can solve this puzzle without them. Okay. Let's focus on the digits. We need to put a 1. I'm just going to go right there. All of our ones are done. Two in one spot. I'm really trying to not, we're so close to finishing this video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This now has to be a 9. Force is a 9 here. Force is a 9 here. What digits do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need a 6 and an 8, of which we can place 6 and we can place 8. This is now a naked single. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, isn't it? It's a 5. 5. So we need 6 and 8, of which we can place 8 and 6. This is a naked single. 1, 2, it's just a 3. It's the only option. 1, 2, 3. We need a 4, has to be there by this 4. And we need 5. Oh, we need a 6, has to be there by that one. This is now also a naked single, and it is a 3, only option. This is, what is this pair? 1. So we need a 2 somewhere. And we need a 4, don't we? This can't be 4. So we get to place a 2. We get to place a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is then a 6 by that 6. This is a 9 by that 9. Up here, 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a 5. Has to be here. We need a 6. Has to be here. 1. We need a 2 somewhere. Where does 2 go? That's a 2. We need a 3 somewhere. Where does 3 go? That's a 3. We need a 4. Has to go here. And we need a 9. Has to go there. 18 minutes, 23 seconds. Cool and good. 201 people solved this in 9.7 days. This is a great puzzle. I think that might have been my fastest 2-star ever. Wow. Well, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed the puzzle. Consider liking and subscribing if you haven't, and I'll see you on the next one.